A bright, crisp, sunny afternoon in Iowa City, and two emotional football teams in a classic gridiron battle. With Purdue hurting from several injuries, new faces surfaced. One was number 13, Benny McCall, a third-string tailback just 1 week earlier. He came through with a great performance, piling up 191 yards via the rush and pass receptions. On the first Purdue touchdown drive, Herman hit Burrell with a 19-yard pass. Then he connected with Dave Young for 6 points. Young's 16th career touchdown pass and one lone TD grab away from the Purdue career record. Later in the second quarter, Herman found McCall for 17 yards and another touchdown. The Purdue defense, rated number 1 in the Big Ten, was brilliant with 8 quarterback sacks. Calvin Clark had 3 for 16 yards lost. Keena Turner put the Boilers in business for the winning touchdown when he blocked this Iowa punt. And on the 6th play, McCall found pay dirt. At the end of the fourth quarter, a last-ditch fourth down attempt by Iowa is foiled by a great effort by Wayne Smith. When the clock ran out, Purdue had its 19th consecutive win over Iowa. The Boilermakers seniors faced a do-or-die assignment in their final home appearance when Michigan's powerful Wolverines came calling. Cornerback Bill Kay led the charge by intercepting his 4th, 5th, and 6th passes of the season and recovering one Michigan fumble en route to earning Sports Illustrated's College Defensive Player of the Week award. His first helped set up this touchdown by Ben McCall. Linebacker James Looney helped make Michigan's punting game ineffective. The defense held the Wolves to just 99 yards on the ground. Michigan managed to convert only 1 of 7 third down situations. At the start of the third quarter, Purdue took over on the Michigan 25. Herman found Burrell on the sidelines. Ben McCall took it inside the 1. Then Mark Herman plows in. It was the second rushing TD for the Carmel, Indiana junior. His first came in last year's Peach Bowl win. In the fourth quarter, John Seibel nailed his first career field goal, and Purdue had a 17-6 lead. Linebacker Mike Marks intercepted a pass. And 6 plays later, McCall drove in from 9 yards out with a little help from senior guard Dale Schwann, making it 24-6, Purdue. Wolverines stormed back with 2 touchdowns to come within 5 points. With less than 3 minutes left, they battled to the 2-yard line. On 4th down, Looney made this game-saving stop. Purdue fans would have a week to savor a great victory, but the team's attention would be directed toward retaining an old oaken bucket. For the first time in many years, two bowl-bound teams met in one of college football's greatest rivalries. The defensive line was awesome from the beginning. Big sacks in IU's first possessions. Then the offense caught fire. Herman riddled the Hoosier defense with a stadium record 269 yards in the air. Mike Augustiniak dove over for the first of his 3 touchdowns of the day. Following an Indiana touchdown, a Purdue drive was highlighted by Ben McCall. The 41-yard run was Purdue's longest of the year. McCall's ensuing touchdown made it 21-7 Purdue. In the third quarter, Purdue set up another TD with a pass to McCall. Another to Burrell. Then John Macon went the last 7 yards. Indiana scored twice, and then Purdue's John Seibel added a field goal to his 4 PATs. Then the Boilers marched downfield for one more touchdown to put the icing on the bucket, or cake. The victory locked up a solid second place in the Big Ten and an invitation to Houston's Bluebonnet Bowl. Again presided over the annual football banquet as the Boilermakers pinned the 37th fee to the chain on the old oaken bucket. Purdue took its success story deep into the heart of Texas for a New Year's Eve date with Tennessee's Volunteers in Houston's Bluebonnet Bowl, marking the Boilermakers' second consecutive bowl appearance and an opportunity to become the school's first 10-game winner. The Boilers were made to feel right at home when they were outfitted with cowboy boots and 10-gallon hats as the first order of business upon arrival in Houston. A poolside luncheon followed. The team now was ready to sample some Lone Star State hospitality, which began at the Regal Ranch with a genuine Texas-style barbecue. Some hoofing. And some singing by none other than Purdue's less than subtle locker room crooner, offensive center Pete Quinn. The usual Bowl Awards banquet was another highlight of the week in Houston, which brought head coach Jim Young an oil painting he's sure to treasure. following day, the team was treated to a seafood luncheon at the historic San Jacinto Inn. And a tour of the battleship Texas, fulfilling the team's aesthetic obligations and satisfying the appetites of all. The Boilermakers then returned to business with the arrival of New Year's Eve. The beautiful Astrodome, which more than lived up to the expectations of the Purdue party, was a fitting and glamorous setting for the season-ending spectacle. Purdue looked intent upon making short work of the Southeastern Conference Volunteers in the first half, as it moved the ball seemingly at will. Here, quarterback Mark Herman finds flanker Mike Harris for a 15-yard pass completion. And fullback Mike Augustiniak rips the UT defense for a 9-yard gain. Purdue's first touchdown came on this slashing 6-yard run by tailback Ben McCall, the late-season sensation who continued his fine play on New Year's Eve. Now in the second quarter, Herman connects with a diving Bart Burrell from 12 yards out for Purdue's second touchdown. Moments later, Purdue All-America and Academic All-America middle guard Ken Lauschen, the squad's most decorated player in 1979, puts the finishing touches on the one-sided first half with this tackle for loss. At intermission, Purdue led 14-0, but despite the ease with which it was accomplished, fears lingered. The Boilermakers engineered 8 of their 9 first-half possessions into drives that reached inside the Tennessee 25-yard line and enjoyed a whopping 19-5 advantage in first downs and 307-71 margin in total yardage, yet had just 14 points to show for their dominance. The Boilermakers came out with their 6 guns a-blazing in the second half, too. Here's their second offensive play from scrimmage, another Herman to Burrell pass completion, this time for 18 yards. 6 plays later, Herman hooks up with All-America tight end Dave Young for a 12-yard touchdown strike. It was the 17th career TD grab for Purdue's 1979 most valuable player, equaling the Purdue career record of former Boilermaker and Houston Oiler Jim Burns. However, with that touchdown, the momentum switched. Tennessee rallied to take a 22-21 lead with only 3:50 left to play. It was time for some last-minute heroics, and Herman responded with his Heisman Trophy potential for 1980 with a game-winning 80-yard, 10-play drive. It opened with his 8-yard swing pass to tailback Wally Jones. Next, Herman again found Burrell for Bart's 8th and final reception of the evening, and Purdue was in Tennessee territory again. 5 plays later, only 1:36 remained. And for the 18th time in his career, Herman found Young all alone at the goal line, and Purdue had pulled out a 27-22 victory, while Young became the school's all-time touchdown reception leader with 18. The anticipated post-game bedlam and jubilation reigned as the Bluebonnet Bowl championship trophy was presented to the Boilermakers and head coach Jim Young. And Herman accepted the Offensive Most Valuable Player Award, his second such honor in his many bowl appearances. And as the Boilers headed for their locker room, they and their loyal fans, both back in Indiana, and the estimated 10,000 who journeyed to Houston for the Bluebonnet festivities, were basking in the glory of becoming the first 10-game winner in Purdue football history and firmly establishing the Boilermakers as a bowl regular. For the second consecutive year, the Boilermakers and their coach named Young had bettered a tradition.